Hello and welcome to Decoding the New Economy. Today I'm joined by the CEO and founder of Canva, Melanie Perkins. Melanie, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's kick off first with what does Canva do?
So Canva is a really simple to use graphic design platform, so you can design blog graphics or presentations or social media posts or pretty much anything that you want very quickly.
So how did the idea come about?
I was actually at university and I was teaching design programs, and that was so difficult to use and complex to learn, and I realised that in the future it will be much simpler, it would be online and collaborative and very simple.
Right, so it's been a long journey to get this happening?
It's been a very long journey. It's actually been 7 years since I first came up with the idea.
Right.
We launched 10 months ago now, and we actually just hit 580,000 users.
Congratulations.
So it's been very exciting. It's growing really quickly, which is awesome.
An interesting thing with Canva is that you haven't been advertising in the traditional channels, it's all been social.
Yeah. Canva really appeals to social media managers and marketers and content creators, and so we've been really lucky to have a lot of people who are using Canva or blogging about Canva and really helping to spread the word through things like social media.
Yeah, so with that you set up in Australia and then moved offshore for investors. How was that journey taking us to VCs and so on?
Yeah, so a few years ago we set out on the journey to raise investment, so we've got some great investors both in Silicon Valley and here in Australia. And that was really incredible. We got to meet people who've made incredible companies before, and being able to tap into their experience and their knowledge and their relationships has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. How do you find it with the ecosystem of being able to get that expertise at your fingertips?
Oh, it's extremely useful. Anytime we have a question or we want to run through an idea, we can just pick up the phone or go on Skype and have a conversation, and it's really great to get that.
Yeah. So what industries do you particularly focus on there? One of the case studies I saw was with book publishers, which the covers are always a hassle with that, but there's obviously others.
Every industry that you need to create visual content, which happens pretty much these days to be almost every industry that you need to communicate in. So this can be a presentation, this can be a blog graphic, this can be an ad that you're creating for social media, this can be a email header, anything that you need to create visual content. Canva can help that a lot easier.
Yeah. Now the question I always get when I talk to startups, particularly when you've got a free service, is how do you make money from this?
So Canva is completely free to use, and that's obviously very intentional. We wanted Canva to be able to be used by anyone, regardless of how much money you have or of your background. But if you go into Canva and you use any of the premium stock photography or the graphic elements, we've got a whole range of free elements, but also we've got images that cost $1, so it only costs $1 when you export. So it's quite reasonable.
No, that's right. Yeah. So over this, where do you see Canva going in the next few years?
So our vision with Canva is to enable people to take their idea and turn it into a design very, very quickly. And so we feel like we're just getting started. We've got a team of 26 amazing people here now. And we've been building some really exciting things that have been in the pipeline for quite some time, and they'll be all getting launched in the next few months. So there's a lot coming, so stay tuned.
Great. So what's the most interesting application you've seen today with Canva?
I've just been so amazed by the diversity of the projects that people work on, the frequency. We've had, I think, just hit 3.1 million designs that have been created, which is absolutely crazy. 3.1 million designs in the last 10 months. And so I think that's been the most surprising thing, is just seeing how many people, how many designs are being created. And then also just the amount of social media love we've been getting, and the number of emails where people are saying, I love this and it really helps me in my work. That's been really rewarding.
Now, founding a startup isn't easy. I mean, what's the toughest thing that you've encountered?
Every challenge, every stage brings new challenges. So, you know, it was, in our first company we didn't raise investment, so it was about getting to profitability really quickly, or we'd have our company very quickly. And then building a product, and then finding team members, and then raising investment. Every single challenge really took a lot of different tactics to try to overcome it. But it was really rewarding as well. Like, it could take a year. Like, it literally took 1 year to find a technical co-founder, and then it took 3 years between the time I met an investor and then the time we landed investment. So everything just takes a very long time, and you just try many tactics until you eventually succeed.
So what was the best advice you had during this journey?
The best advice, I think, we've had some really amazing supporters along the path. So one of our investors and advisors is Lars Rasmussen, who founded Google Maps.
Yeah.
And he has just been rock solid from very, very early on in the piece, before we had any team, any product. And I think just his support throughout the process has been really incredible.
Right.
And yeah, just getting all these amazing people that we work with, seeing their passion, seeing how motivated they are, and their dedication to try and help realise this vision. It's been incredible and very motivating.
So what excites you most about running Canva?
It is my absolute dream job.
Right.
It's so much fun working with such incredible people who just love what they're doing. It's such a rare opportunity, I think, to see an idea and turn it into a product that are being used by, hopefully in the future, millions upon millions of people. I feel very fortunate to be in that position.
And that's a great way to finish up. Thank you very much for joining us today, Melanie.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
And thank you very much for joining Decoding the New Economy.